What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Trading to Glory. If you're new to the series, this is basically where we start with 0 coins, 0 FIFA points, no FIFA points throughout the entire series, and we just make as many coins as we can by using the transfer market, squad building challenges, sniping filters, investing methods, you name it. You're in the right place if you want to make coins in FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. So let's get started, and today we're starting off with one of the riskiest investments that I've made throughout the entirety of FIFA 20 so far, and that's going to be with Ferland Mendy. I'm going to explain why he is risky. Now, I might not only go with Ferland Mendy, I might go with Gareth Bale as well, which I'm not exactly sure what his price is right now. But I know it's not a million, but it's, what is it, 50 to 60,000 coins right now. He's a right mid though, not a striker, so I don't know if I'm going to go with him. Marcelo, I'm going to tell you guys why I think some of these cards are going to rise. And it's based on complementary links. What we saw with the Jamie Vardy SBC, and something that I actually mentioned, and a couple of you guys actually executed on it and profited off of it, was links to Jamie Vardy. I'm talking Ndidi's inform, I'm talking James Madison's inform, I'm talking Raheem Sterling, although he didn't rise quite as much as the other guys. But you get the point that SBC came out, and the links to get them in your guys' teams, they went up in price. And what we already know is there's going to be one of two SBCs dropping for Road to the Final. It's either WILLIAN or it's going to be Vinicius Jr. Based on a vote I did on Twitter to get a good idea of where the community is going to go with this vote, I went, who did you vote for? WILLIAN or Vinicius Jr.? And 60%, actually a little over 60%, said Vinicius Jr. And it got over 1,000 votes, so it's a decent sample size of the community. And that doesn't mean it is 100% Vinicius Jr. going to win this vote, but it does give us a good idea that it's probably going to be Vinicius Jr. And that means that if EA come out with an SBC that is of decent value for this Vinicius Jr., not maybe to the extent that Jamie Vardy's was, but definitely if it's a good value, maybe under 200k. For a Vinicius Jr. card, obviously playing for Real Madrid, he's going to get some upgrades, and people will do that just for the simple upgrade on the Vinicius Jr. from his base card. So there's going to be a demand as long as it's not ridiculously priced. So I'm thinking, when people do that SBC, who are they going to buy? And what is their first card they're going to link it up with? And I think at left wing, they're going to link it with the left back. So Marcelo and Ferland Mendy are the guys that I would want to go with. And that's why I've gone out and picked up some Ferland Mendy's already. I'll show you my transfer list in a minute, but it is looking like a mess, and I'm going to have a lot to explain to you guys. Nonetheless, Ferland Mendy is also at his lowest point that he's been at since, like, pretty much the beginning of the game when he started rising. Yeah, he's at his lowest point, and I am searching on special cards for some reason. But he's at 25,000 coins right now, kind of dipping down to 23.5, 24 at different times. But on PlayStation, it's a little bit more. So even if you're spending like 34k on PlayStation, you're still probably getting a good deal. The price differential is kind of crazy on his card, but don't be afraid of it. The only issue, and the reason it's so risky, as I probably put in the title and told you guys earlier, that the risk is coming from that 80 rating on the card. Let me explain. Black Friday's coming. 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks away. Black Friday is going to bring more supply than what we've seen in FIFA 20 by a long shot. It is going to cause the first real market crash of the year. If you think that you've seen a market crash in FIFA 20 so far, you really haven't. These have been a little bit of some dips in the prices overall. You see these cards drop, you know, a good 10, 20% in a single day, which is a pretty big dip, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to a market crash, that is what's going to happen on Black Friday. This Ferland Mendy is going to go from 26,000 coins that he is right now, and he's going to drop from 26k. He could go down to 6,000 coins. I mean, it is a little bit extreme, but it happens because he's so low rated and there's so much supply for that. And as we get farther into the game, new cards enter, and if new cards enter, they want to go ahead and replace their Ferland Mendy with somebody better. As more Team of the Week come out, as more promos come out, there will be replacements and there will be better cards eventually. More people will be able to afford icons. They'll dump their Mendy, they'll get their icon instead. A bunch of different scenarios could cause people to list their Ferland Mendys, so the demand not only drops, but the supply also rises because he's so low rated. So why is it risky? It's because that is he's so low rated. Moving on, that means we need to sell our Ferland Mendy. We got to sell him before any of that Black Friday panic comes through. And as you guys can see, we're making coins right now on some Romanian players due to Sunday night bidding. So if you guys don't know what Sunday night bidding is, I'm going to explain that right now, and then we'll get back into our Ferland Mendy investment and another investment that we can make as well this week. These Romanian players is something I picked up during Sunday night bidding. During Sunday night, squad battle rewards arrive. They come out right now until the time changes again, which is in the spring, so you won't have to worry about it for a while. They drop at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means that it's just past midnight for the UK, 12:05 a.m. Right at midnight is when the squad battle rewards drop. So once those drop, you see a lot of people getting some 5K packs, 7.5K packs, 15K packs. A lot of some of those lower rated packs, a few coins in there, but a lot of supply for low rated non-rare cards, a lot of low rated rare cards, all hitting the market all at the same time. On top of that, you also have the pre-order of the Ultimate Edition packs, where they get two 25K pack tradables, which is a couple of rare players that also hit the market at that time. So a lot of supply hits on a Sunday night, and you can take advantage of all that supply by picking these cards up, and they'll just go ahead and return to their normal price. So normally what you want to do is you want to look for a card that is going for like 1.5 to 3,000 coins. That's kind of the sweet spot. You can go outside of it, but that's the sweet spot, 1.5 to 3,000 coins. So I take this Radu, who obviously I'm selling for a little less than 1.5k, and then the Tarasanu, who I'm selling for a little bit more than 3k, but you got to get the gist of it. 1.5 to 3k is kind of the sweet spot. You can go outside of it as well. And we're doing the same thing with all these Romanian players, which I've already listed, and they're already on their way back up in price. I picked them up for 1,000 coins and less, some all the way down to like 600 coins, and I picked up quite a few of them. And you can just make these low budget investments, which is great because it's good for somebody who has 2 million coins like me, or it's good for somebody who has 20,000 coins. So if you only have a 20k budget, you can take advantage of supply from Sunday night bidding, or you can do the exact same kind of thing when new SBCs drop during these promos. So if a just generic daily SBC, similar to what they've been dropping in the last few days, a FUT Champions Cup SBC that gives everybody a 25k pack, take advantage of the supply that comes out just after 6 p.m. UK when these new SBCs drop. So that's what I do on Sunday night to go ahead and make some profit there, just a couple K. Sometimes I make between 50 or 200k on a night. Today's going to be probably more towards the 50 to 100k mark, but there are nights where I make upwards of 200,000 coins just from taking advantage of all the supply on Sunday nights. So the next investment I want to look at is Benitez. He's an inform investment, which I will argue as well. They've been pretty dead this year. Informs have not made us a lot of profit because we haven't really invested in them that much. Why would we if EA have pretty much been neglecting them throughout the year in terms of SBC? Sure, they've made a couple Team of the Week requirements, but it's not been enough to really change the market at all. It's really not been enough to where people gotta go panic and buy some 83 rated cards. So why would I invest in a Benitez now? The reasoning I'm picking up a couple Benitez now, and I only have 5 or 6 of them so far, is because he's 83 rated, he's in the French league, he's also Argentinian, which isn't a terrible country, and then you can get him for 10,500 coins, 10,250 on bid. So I'm picking him up for pretty close to discard price right now, which is already over 2,000 or 10,000 coins, excuse me. So you can sell this Walter Benitez card for over 10,000 coins just from quick selling it. So the risk that you have on buying a Walter Benitez for 10,000, even 10,750 is very, very low. The reason it could go up is because this week, not only are we going to be seeing Road to the Final SBCs like the Vinicius Jr., we'll also be seeing the League One Player of the Month, which is obviously the French League, which is what Benitez is in, and that'll likely be Ben Yedder, which a lot of people are going to want that card. And then we're also going to see Bundesliga Player of the Month. And Bundesliga Player of the Month might not directly relate to this Benitez card, but if there's an 84 rated team that needs 2 informs or something along those lines, maybe this card rises a couple hundred coins just because of it. And it only takes a few hundred coins, a few thousand coins before you really start making bank on this Benitez card. You might think that those profit margins are so low, but realistically, they're not. If you get a card for 10,500 coins and that card rises from 10.5 to 13.5, so 13,500 coins rises almost 30% of its price. And if you put 1,000,000 coins into that investment, you're coming out with nearly 1.3 million coins. So I'd say that's a worthwhile investment, especially because we're only going to be holding on to this card for the few days while we wait for these SBCs to drop. So at the latest, I'll just go ahead and quick sell them on like Thursday. I'll get rid of them, and what do I lose? Like 400 coins, not even 400 coins per card, just from quick selling them. And I can just go ahead and get on the market, snipe a Romanian player or something, make those 400 coins back in about 15 seconds. So there's no issue at all with that kind of investment, especially if I'm sitting with 2.5 million coins right now. So let's go ahead and get more into investing in some of these cards. Let's go and get more into buying some more Mendys, maybe pick up a couple Marcelos, and then that's going to be it for today's video. We're just going to go ahead and put the coins that we've earned from the last couple episodes where we sold our Player of the Month VARDY investments, and we sold our Road to the Final, and or flips, I guess you'd say. They weren't really investments, and we made some profit on these Sunday night bidding cards. So we're going to put those coins that we earned into new investments that are only going to take a couple days to work out for us, hopefully. Obviously, I can't see the future, but that's the point of an investment. We're hoping that they go up in price, and I think we've made quite a good case for the fact that a couple of these cards should rise, like Ferland Mendy, possibly Marcelo, possibly that Walter Benitez. So that is the idea for today's video. Got a few Mendys on bid here, 23 to 24,000 coins, which I think is a solid deal, especially the ones that have chemistry styles on them already, because that adds value. So you got Backbone on there, you've got Anchor, which is worth a couple K in itself. So that does add value to the card. I've been sniping, I've got a few of those. I'll probably pick up some more Walter Benitez, but just to recap, what we're talking about in this video is we're looking for SBC requirements this week. So you could go out and venture into what might be needed for the Vinicius Jr. specifically. You could venture out to see what's needed in the Player of the Month Bundesliga specifically. And same thing for League One, where we've kind of got Benitez as a League One inform. There's some others that you can go pick up right now that are super cheap. Right now, Slimani, who is a striker from Monaco, which is where Ben Yedder plays, could also be a good investment. He was an inform a while back, but his card's still only like 12,000 coins. You could pick up the current informs like Munayin, although he doesn't link necessarily to the Bundesliga POTM or the League One POTM. He actually does get a little bit of a link being in La Liga to Vinicius Jr.'s possible SBC. So he's 84 rated and going for like 12,000 coins right now. Again, pretty easy to link as well. Good linking opportunities for cheap, and he's not a bad rating either at 84. Definitely to consider there. And then you've got 86 rated informs such as Luis Alberto. You've got Jan Sommer, 86 rated in the current team of the week that could be picked up as investments going into these different weeks. You've got Luis Alberto, who doesn't necessarily get a link because he's Spanish, and then he's also in Serie A, but Jan Sommer is in Bundesliga, so the Player of the Month there, which is probably going to be Serge Gnabry based off of his season and the fan vote. That's just my guess on who's it going to be. We've got all these Ferland Mendys now, so we're picking up some investments. I'm getting ready, and I've still got 2.5 million to spend. I'll be spending a lot more of that tonight after I upload this video, because I want to get it out to you guys as quick as I possibly can, but you'll see all the updates in tomorrow's video as well. So just make sure to keep up with the uploads, and if you're new to the channel, guys, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out, it'll help you guys out, so you won't miss any of the uploads that'll make you guys coins. But that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.